Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back. Lebitso la ka ke Mama Raken Tonto, also known as Ntati Moneti. Some people call me Ntati Warner. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I'm super excited. The lighting today is quite perfect. I should say. I'm using natural light, by the way. So yeah, I'm confident enough that you'll see this video clearly. Anyway, I'd like to thank everyone that has been subscribing, liking, and commenting on my previous videos. Thank you so much, people. Like, your support is sin. Like, thank you so much. And before I start my content today, I'd like to apologize for not posting a video last week. It was really hectic. I hope you understand. And thank you in advance. Anyway, in today's video, as you all know, this channel is about Women in 5. I'm going to talk about my experience as a student. I'm going to talk about how my behavior, my attitude, my experiences as a whole actually affected my performance, my decisions, and also my career, like to being the person who I am today. So, because this content, as I was reflecting back, it seemed to be a lot. I think I will have to cut it down into 2 episodes. Please, you'll have to bear with me. We'll have to do like, yeah, two videos. So in today's video, I'm actually going to focus on my early childhood experience in school. Wow, I actually need to start from like kindergarten. Even though there's not a lot that I remember, but the little that I remember, I know it has made me the person that I am today. So, as much as I don't remember a lot, what I remember in kindergarten is okay, my mom used to do me a lot of birthday parties. That still excites me even today. I think it's one of the things that made me feel like, oh, okay, I've got a parent, and yeah. I think, guys, we need to appreciate our parents, the little that they had and the little that they did for us. It wasn't even like a huge birthday, it was just a cake and snacks, and I loved it. I still remember those things. This is why, even when I see parents that actually go to school, celebrate their baby's birthday, that little, it's a sentiment that nobody can forget. So I don't forget that. It's very essential. Anyway, the one incident that I remember that made me who I am today is, this is actually embarrassing, but it's important. I actually peed on myself this one time. I actually felt very embarrassed, and I'm going to take you through this. Why was I embarrassed? The reason I was embarrassed was because in kindergarten I was taught to actually differentiate between right and wrong. So for me, I think kindergarten actually molded me to be the person I am today. It molded me and built my foundation. It built foundation for my development, for my growth. So we shouldn't take it lightly. We shouldn't say it's a waste of money. We shouldn't say it's a waste of time. We also need to take our kids. For me, I was able to interact with other kids as much as I don't even remember some of them. But today, when I look at the pictures, I'm like, I know this person. But the fact that we're able to interact with other kids, we're able to communicate, to learn how to communicate. Communication is one of the key aspects for any success in any aspect of life. Either being in a relationship, either being at work, either being at school, it helps you, like, it helps you a lot. And the one thing I really appreciate about being at kindergarten, there'll always be this charts where it's written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it has like one. It will be like a drawing of one apple, two, a drawing of two oranges. You know what that did to me? It actually, what it prepared me on the type of learning I'm comfortable with. Because even today, I cannot do anything without drawing. I cannot learn anything without writing down. I cannot, I can't learn honestly without having a picture there so that it can make sense in my head. So that means my type of learning was actually aided there, like aided by pictures. That's how like kindergarten made my life, my learning easy there. Like it made it so easy in the fact that I'm able to learn through pictures. So if I remember well, I'm a pictorial learner. I think there's another word for it, but yeah, you can actually look in the dictionary or something. Uh, but yeah, there's something like that. There are some people who actually learn through audio. They're like auditory learners. So the learning is actually aided by sounds, you know. So remember in kindergarten, there are times when you like sing, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Oh, that type of thing. We shouldn't take it for granted. It it actually helps. It helps other kids. Other kids, they're able to learn through listening, and I suck at that. I know I suck at that. I can't write and listen at the same time. So for me it didn't work for me. So I think it actually, with kindergarten, actually shows the different types, or it exposes you to different types of learning. And yeah, you as a student, you take it from there. So I really appreciate being at kindergarten. And I honestly urge every parent and me as a new mom, and also to other new moms, we should actually appreciate every type of learning. It actually benefits our kids, and also yeah, us. I'm excited to experience that with Marcy. So yeah, that is me with kindergarten. So in primary school, this is actually where the law of attraction actually played my mind, you know. um I remember the first day at school. I didn't have a uniform. I was wearing this white tutu dress. And I think we went for a break, and there was this uh, big girl. I thought she was 2, 3 classes ahead of me, only to find out that we're actually in the same class, you know. So the fact that I didn't have like a uniform on already, that made me different from any other kid. The fact that I didn't have a uniform, I think it's because I didn't have a size, not because um, I couldn't afford it, but I think it was because it, of size issue. Uh, so when we went to the loo, this girl came to me, and already I could feel my heart beating, you know. Skip the beat. My heart skipped the beat. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, forget about that. So this girl came to me and she's like, I like your dress. And I was like, no, thank you so much. And then she paused, and I could see that she's gonna say something very silly, this one. And then she's like, my client is wrong. What's wrong with your eyes? Like, why are they different from any other one? Damn it. And already I felt intimidated and bullied, you know. I was like, Ajina, my eyes have always been like this. Don't you have like eye problems? But in a very intimidating manner, you know. And already, guys, I had already carried the stigma of having being bullied and victimized with my eyes from my village, you know. I was called Leswefe, I was called Swefenki, and I felt it. I'm actually different from other people, and this didn't make my life any easy. And every time I say this story to other people, they're like, "What? There's no way, not with your beautiful eyes." Guys, I started appreciating my eyes. I don't remember when, but I think it was around, I think I was 9 years old. But anyway, so when that girl actually approached me and said that, I immediately started telling myself that I don't like this school. The fact that I said I don't like the school, that thing automatically just made my life at primary school horrible and miserable. I did not enjoy primary school at all. It's one of the reasons why I did not enjoy my primary school. It's actually funny how little things, such as not having a uniform for the first day at school, can actually mess up your life. Like, I honestly felt like I was embarrassed, and the reason I felt embarrassed was because on that very same day, I think I had my earrings on, like my studs. I think I had my studs on. Yeah, I actually had my studs on, and my class teacher was like, "Hey, young girl, Kosa Masalian," and in front of everybody. And I didn't know that we're not supposed to be wearing earrings. And the fact that I was already feeling small, like I'd already belittled myself. When somebody says something, even if it's not bad, I already feel like crap. So I think this is just a lesson to me, and also to other people who might take this as an advice. The physical appearance is the first thing that people take cognizance of. So I think we need to get it right, especially with the kids, how they're dressed, the hair, you know, the way they look. They should look clean. I was clean. I don't get me wrong. I looked cute and beautiful. It's just that I just didn't have a uniform. So that actually totally just messed up my whole entire primary experience. Like feeling little, belittling myself. I don't think anybody wants to go through that. I know what I felt, and someone might be like, "Ntati wa Dev, I know what it did to me," and I please, if you have any experience relating to what you went through in primary, of which some of them we don't even share. The one thing that actually worked for me is the fact that um, I was able to talk about what happened to my mom. I was able to say, "Hey, Tatinana, something bad happened." And my mom was always there. She was supportive. I think the one thing I appreciate about her is that she always told me to embrace my differences, especially with my eyes. I remember even this one time when Nikitswa Leboka Luiki, I used to walk on these shady areas. Like, I was that girl Abu Mozin, so I didn't mind those Boka Luiki, like the dongas. That's where I used to walk. And Debi Gekhabu, like Diponaponan and Coco. They used to call it, I think, Coco. Yeah. Guys, these boys would always stop me by the dam. There was this dam that had like algae on top of it. So these guys that would always stop me there and for no reason ask me why my eyes are different. Hey. So I literally had to change the route and use the route a lot of cars. And remember, with our parents, they don't want us taking routes where there's a lot of traffic because for safety reasons. So it just messed up my whole entire primary. So I had to find like a group of which I would like walk with home, so that those guys don't intimidate me. bullying is real, guys. And I think we, as young moms out there, um, we actually need to learn about signs of a kid who's being bullied. Like, some are not. I was lucky enough to talk about what I was experiencing to my mom, but some people, they don't actually talk about them. Some people, they can't cope with it. They actually develop stress disorders, anxiety, which it's surreal. And when you don't cope with that, it's very unfortunate. You end up hating school. I hated school. For me, I hated school. You end up not believing in yourself. You end up having low self-esteem. So it's that sad. One other thing, again in primary, that actually affected my performance negatively. It's my negative attitude towards English. Really, guys. I remember this book, Crocodile Benning. Guys, whenever even I saw the word Michael, I just got like irritated. I hated that book, and me hating that book automatically led to me hating English, of which actually influenced my um, performance, which got really, really bad, in English. And also remember even an African thunderstorm in classics when we recited that poem. From the west here, I was just not interested because I had negative attitude towards it. And the fact that I did not change my behavior and my attitude, I actually got low marks. Now that I'm reflecting back on it, I think um it all the Cat Lewis model of change all applies here. I did not change my behavior, and for me to actually change my behavior, it actually had to take like 3 steps according to the Cat Lewis model. I had to unfreeze my behavior, and freezing behaviors like unlearning unhealthy behaviors, and then moving, introducing like new healthy behaviors. That's the second step. And then refreezing, it's actually maintaining those healthy behaviors that have been introduced. So honestly, I think it's one aspect that we need to understand, that sometimes we want people to change. We want people to change, even in relationships, even in families. It takes time for someone to actually change their behavior. It's such a long process, and it's something that we need to understand. Having to unlearn, to make someone unlearn the behaviors they've learned since they were growing up, like, it's very, very difficult. Some, not because they've learned it in their families. Sometimes we learn this unhealthy behaviors actually where we play. Our friends kind of, they actually have like such a huge influence in our lives. So um if you want anybody to change their behaviors, it takes a long. We need to be very patient with people. And yeah, even with our kids, I think that's one thing I actually learned, and I actually appreciate. I actually do understand, and that thing has made my life easy because I understand what the process of changing a behavior entails. So yeah, I didn't change my behavior when it came to English, and yeah, those are the results I got. So the last thing that I want to talk about when I was in primary was regarding the subject, yeah, Sesotho. I wasn't that good with Sesotho, um, but I didn't develop a negative attitude. I actually worked on my on wanted to change my behavior towards Sesotho. Nikitaba, my Sesotho teacher, that's one thing I remember. So probably she was an initiator, an activator for my behavior change. And I got help from, I actually took myself to Mepoloko. It was one of my, she's my neighbor actually, to help me with Sesotho. I'd go there every day, and then she'd help me every night. And one day my class teacher was like, Ntati Tlokwana, come here. And then I went, and she was like, "You've really improved in your ability to write Sesotho and also speaking Sesotho," because I knew more like Moba, Momele, Masedi, Ndibo. When other people didn't know it, I remember the day when we were asked while we were cooking some, I think some jam or something that had to do, it's something that had to do with home economics. I knew it, and I had taken time to actually, I was persistent in wanting to learn Sesotho. So the fact with the day that my teacher said that, it it actually made me, it motivated me. I was like, wow, so my class teacher is able to see that there's something that I'm doing in order for me to perform well. So it took for someone to actually tell me, well done, to actually say, I'm gonna strive harder. So what I learned from that is, sometimes, guys, people are going through the worst outside here. We're going through the most. Just even saying hello in the morning, it can actually change someone's entire mood, you know? So the fact that you told me that I'm doing quite well, I think even there where you are, like, this message is directed to you. You can make a difference in one's life just by saying, you're beautiful. Wow, you've changed in a good way, you know. You're glowing. What's wrong? You're glowing, you're different. Those words, they motivate someone, and the minute you become motivated, your self-esteem gets boosted. You become self-actualized, like, you know, even with the Maslow hierarchy of needs, that when your self-esteem is boosted, you excel in life. When you are self-actualized and you're motivated, you excel in life. So I actually excelled, and yeah, I think my primary school, that's how everything went. With mathematics, I had no problem with it. Like, I did everything I could. Like, I practiced maths every day. I loved it. It gave me satisfaction when I did those fractions and I got them right. um I just loved it. I would even stay behind for afternoon classes. uh like, I just really loved it. Not that I was an A student. I think I was a B student in it, but I ended up being an A student in it. Like, you will hear about it in my experience from high school till varsity, because right now I think I'm going to end my video here. But basically, yeah, like, I think you've heard of my experiences and what I've learned from it. I honestly think we can do so much better as young moms. We can do so much better as students. Try to understand what is it that works better for you. Does reading work better for you? Does reading with music work better for you? That doesn't work for me. I need like like a silent environment for me to be able to study. So yeah, parents, please be very observant. Try to Google different behaviors that can be seen in kids when they're being bullied, because I think our kids need us. I think bullying is real. I think it actually it traumatizes a lot of people, and I actually experienced it. I have a whole lot of stories to tell, but obviously because of time, I have to end my video here. But hey, I'm going to tell you about my experience in high school and university in my next episode, how it actually affected my performance, my career, and my decisions, you know. I think this topic is very broad, and it, it will be very exciting if you guys just share your experiences. Hi, baby. I'm in my baby's nursery room, so she just woke up. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons I'm gonna have to end my video here. So yeah, I can't wait to engage you in my high school and my varsity experience. I think it's going to be more exciting. I have to end my video here. My baby is awake. So I'd like to thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for so much to people that have been subscribing. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button there and like, and also comment. Please just say how was your experience in primary and also in kindergarten, how you think it actually impacted on your life in general. So yeah, I'll see you guys